Well, I meant to bring it back on that other one. I was getting that out, but I forgot. I latched onto the piece that was here, which is now up there. And as soon as I gave it a little tug, the saw just dropped out, and I finished cutting it through, and it was that quick. So it was kind of a, sorry about that, guys. Now here, I want to take 15-foot sections out, but I don't think I can do that, and I'll show you why. Right here, it's resting on a big log. So if I cut it just this size, this side of that big log, then I should pull it, then that'll be resting on there. So then I'll chain it on that side that's holding it up, and then go back, I don't know how far. And I'll probably cut some of this out. So I'll bring it along for some of that, because this is a new VTO, but I'll have to be, I'll have to have you up here. Ah, man, these briars in my legs are just, you can't, they're like walking through a bunch of strings. So hopefully we won't get the saw stuck on this one. And you get to listen to the diesel chatter. I can't get it, there you go. You're not gonna get to see much. But, I don't know. No fun one. Let's see if we pull it out. Where are you at here? I guess you can see that branch there. on it. I didn't bring enough equipment. I should have brought that baby saw. Get a little closer. This one's working me a bit. Everywhere. Yeah, come on. Well, I'm gonna have to rebalance that and load it. So I think I'll call this one quit. When I get all that hooked up, ready to go, I'll bring you back. So how'll that be? We'll see you in a bit. Well, it's about 15-20 minutes later, maybe more than that, I don't know exactly. This tree is more of a mess. The further I get into it, the bigger mess it is. We'll take you up here. I had to add a couple chains on it. What I did is I cut it off, and when I cut it off, you know, I was looking at this other piece up here, and the stump rolled. This whole log rolled when I cut it. There was one limb here, you can't see it. I cut it, and then I cut a wedge off of it because it looked like it was going to block it. If it didn't roll, it would have blocked that. So I cut that off at an angle. This thing's getting worse and worse. Look at it, it's hollow. Look at all the ants in it. We've done ants. This is obviously where it came off. It was a double stump oak. That was probably from an original logging thing, because a lot of times when they saw them off, then more than one shoot will come up, and they usually will let loose. They let loose at the bottom where they get rot. But this is what showed up after I cut it. I don't see any animals in there. I see a million ants. So that's where we're at. It's a live tree. Look at that. That's kind of neat. So I'm going to try winching it. And I cut it where I cut it because I saw the swell here. I go, well, I'll cut just above that because I didn't know what, I didn't have a long enough chain. I only brought the little 16-inch chain, and that's I don't know, it's more than 16 inches. I know that I had to cut from both sides, but 16-inch chain means you can still get a 32-inch piece if you get lucky and cut it right. So now I'm hoping that I can winch it up. I got extra chain on here. It might be too much for this truck. If so, then I'm going to have to cut it in half and either run a bunch of chains out there, which I hate doing. I hate fishing them. Oh man. We'll see what this truck's got. Might have to put that stabilizer down a little bit. So, while you're here, first we're going to bring this in. Let's see if it starts coming. Yeah, it went down the ditch, didn't make much difference. I'm gonna raise this thing up, get it out of the dig. Whole thing's coming. Once I hook it with one chain, then I know I'm good. I'm fishing it. You got to be careful when you do this. If it starts to slide, because it's sliding down up there, it can come down and grab you. Not interested in having it grabbing me. To give you an idea, we are up in the air, but we're going to go a little higher, just because I'm crazy. We'll go. We'll take it a little bit that way, so when it comes, it won't quite hit me. Whoop, wrong way. I'm maxed out on height. So now we come down and rehook. Oh man, that'd be perfect. That's good. Swing this on over. Put the nose back out. I think I can catch that chain loop right there. All right, I got to put you on the stand. Understand? Let's see if I can't get that a little more up. First we'll bring the nose in. I got to get over where I can hold the controls. Nose in. Now we'll get it up off the ground a little bit. Now we'll start swinging it toward the truck, I hope. That looks like a good spot to set it down right about there. Uh-oh, we caught on something. Didn't like that. So if we let her down there, let me put a block under it. Ow, right on my foot. Let's see if we can let it down. That's good. Now, while I got it, I know you guys ain't watching and can't hear me. I'm going to try to hook it up in the center here, and I'm also going to hook it down there at the same time. So come on, hook it. Come on, hook that. be a bit far away. I guess you're kind of seeing. If I saw that from underneath, I can't even see where you're at. If I saw that from underneath, it should be all right. Briars. Big briars. That's just the way it is. That's coming up from the bottom there. I think I can get it the rest of the way through. Alright, let's see what we go here. Might be hoping it's fairly balanced. I could have sworn that was all the way through. Guess that's what happens when you think. Obviously having to this in. Stuck again. It'll fall out. Let's see what we got here. It still wasn't cut all the way through, was it? right, let's see what we got now. That was one of the reasons I wasn't making movies. It just takes so much longer making a movie. Ah, we're pretty good there. Reel it in a little bit. I'm gonna take you off the stand. It'll be a little shaky. I gotta take my goggles off. They're fogging up to where I can't see nothing. It's pretty warm out here. See, I'm taking that up there. Now I'm gonna raise it up. Now I'm gonna start swinging it. Of course, then I look at the at the knobs and stuff like that instead of seeing you guys what it is. I'm gonna have to put you back on the stand. It just don't work like that, guys. Hate to tell you that. Back a little bit. I got to go up and get the chain off, rehook this chain. That's going to take a lot of time, so we'll be back in a little bit. Well, that didn't take too long. We're fishing again. We'll start by bringing this in. We'll get it up out of the ground. And I'm going to finish bringing this in. I'm going to let it go that way a little bit. Don't like that. So we'll go up. The other up. Yeah, that ain't going on the sawmill. There we go. Now we'll take it down. And we'll cut it off right about there like we did last time. Maybe we can do better this time. I'll bring it, I don't know how many minutes I got in this video, but we're gonna cut it right there. This time I ain't gonna raise her up, I don't think. Same thing. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to bring the chain down the middle, rehook it. So I'll bring it back when I'm putting it in the truck. Because you don't see that. You see everybody sawing logs, but you don't see that many people doing this stuff. So that'd be more interesting. So stay tuned. Been here, done that. We're just hanging there. We'll bring it in where you can see it. This And now it went too far. I think I can bring it back, but I thought maybe you'd like to see it go into place. Hopefully. And now what I'm doing is I'm angling the top one down to bring the log this way. Now I'm raising it up, so I'm running 2 levers at the same time. So I'm curling the I'm curling this. I don't know if you can see it. And now I'm gonna push it over. See, I got it all the way up the front. Now I'm gonna try to push it over. Guess it's pushed it as much as it wants. Up. I know I got more room there. Whoops. Wrong lever. Now I gotta climb up there and get it. So I'll bring it back when we're glomming onto that one. That might, I probably should have put a chain on that before I came down, because that one's got a, that's where that limb was that I cut at an angle. So I'm gonna have a kind of a nasty time getting that out. I might leave, that's one of the limbs up there. This is another limb. There's a lot of good stuff in there, but maybe we'll leave that for people that have smaller chainsaws. This piece here, I might knock a chunk off just to see what it looks like. But you're getting right down in the ground, so you're only going to get a 8-foot section out of that. I might play with it a little bit. So I didn't get that down on there good enough. That was kind of a stupid move. So I'll bring it back after I got it hooked up. It might not be as bad as it seems. Nice solid white oak. Not sawmill worthy, not at all, but great firewood. I gotta climb up there and get that off. We'll be back in a little bit. Putting you back in the stand. Here we go. Last Mohican, I think. Uh-oh, you can see the sun getting in on you. Bringing the boom in. Moving it over a little bit. That looks like a good place to hook it up. Ah, it's gonna slide off. That dog. Let me throw something under there. Be easier for me to move the log. Unhook all that nonsense. Boom out. Move the hook out. I think that's about it. Let's see what we got here, guys. Got the sun going down. I think you can see it there. Boy, I can't. The sun's right in my eyes. Missed by a little bit. We'll move it up and re-grab. Let's see. What do you think about there? Gotta look at position. I think I'm gonna turn that log. I want to turn that log. It's got that big limb there and it won't fit in that hole there. So if I pull this up, it should, whoops, wrong way, wrong lever. Let's see if we got here. Not quite balanced, but we can set it back down and now balance it. Think it'll stay there? Guess not. Just can't work the camera and work the levers, watch the camera do everything. Might not roll right now. Didn't. That little chunk of wood is heavy. Wind her in. We got a viewer down there watching us. He got a beautiful dog. Guess what? It'll go on in this direction. Look at that. Now's when you got to watch and make sure there's no cars coming. I just can't run two things at the same time, guys. I try to watch the camera, is all I do is mess up. Now it's come too far. Yeah, it's coming back around. That's a heavy chunk of wood. Now I'm going to bring it forward. Remember me bringing them forward? Look at that beautiful dog. How are you? I'm gonna leave the chain on there. I'm not gonna bolt these down. And I'm too tired to go after that last piece. It just ain't worth it to me. Let me see what time it is. I started it about after dinner. 7:30 now, so I got about an hour and 15 minutes in it. So I'm gonna wrap everything up. You've seen me wrap everything up. Leave me a like and subscribe. Trying to get back in the saddle. Woo! Leave a comment below. Is it worth getting these roadside logs? There's probably a cord up there. White oak, which is pretty good. I probably got, when you get done, I probably got 2 hours in it, because I gotta wrap all this up, throw the saw back in, count my chains, drive it home. I gotta unload it. So that's what it is. Truck's 15 foot long, so that piece is 15 foot long. Might cut some rounds out of that. I've been selling the heck out of those rounds lately that are hollow on the inside, so might do that. So anyway, this probably ended up being a long one. Sorry about that.